Howdy, folks! Welcome back to Personal Picks. We're back with some more. I was about to say Fantasy Star, Phoenix, Wright, Spirit of Justice, and we're going to be continuing.
We just started off. We're about to do the very first testimony.
Yeah, with "I'll be your guide."
The accused's account.
Yeah, guess what I used the tagline for our thing for this one?
Prosecuting the boy.
I'll be your guide to a blind playthrough of Spirit of Justice.
Alright.
I didn't kill Mr. Roll, and I didn't steal the treasure. I'm not allowed to go anywhere near the treasure room. I've never even seen that treasure box with the green Chinese butterfly.
We never explained that it was green. We never even seen it in color.
The thing is, like you said, we have something that is apparently the only thing we can see of the box.
And it's in grayscale.
It's in black and white.
When the incident happened, I was in the hallway planning out my tour route.
Yeah. You pretty much found the answer right away. Were you well acquainted with the victim?
Yes, he used to chat with me whenever we ran into each other in the temple. Mr. Roll was a monk in training when he was a kid, too, you know.
Albie looked up to him.
But he had to give that up to go work when his family needed money. That's why he became a guard. At least that way he could still stay at the temple. He was so proud when he was put in charge of guarding the treasure box. He even got to carry the box to the palace for the New Year's rite.
Oh, man.
The victim's parents apparently both died relatively young. So Mr. Roll had to support his younger brothers and sisters as well. But even with his job as security guard, I'm sure things couldn't have been easy for him.
Sounds like his circumstances and Albie's were very similar.
Mr. Roll encouraged me to never give up. Albie, you train hard and make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me, he'd say. He was always cheering me on in my training and in my tour guide business, too. Why in the world would I kill a nice man like that?
Yes, I see. You expressed yourself well. Defense, now that you've heard the accused's account, are you finally satisfied? If so, let's draw this to an expeditious conclusion. But, Your Majesty, I haven't even cross-examined the defendant yet. That wasn't the end of it? It's been so long, I don't rightly recall what this cross-examining thing is all about. A judge who doesn't know what a cross-examination is? What fresh hell is this? I really do wish I could remember how it works. Should I give the judge a refresher on cross-examination? This is basically to refresh yourself on how to play the game. I'd better save my breath. The judge doesn't exactly seem like a model student. You'll just have to watch and see how it's done. Alright, so you already caught what was wrong with it.
What I need to know is, do I press it, or do I push evidence?
In this case, you will just present it.
Okay.
And as you can see at the top, you have 5 Mitama icons.
Yeah.
That is your health bar. You're allowed to make 5 mistakes. Remember, look at what it says too. The murder weapon, off limits, blah blah blah. The photos in the paper are the only ones of it in existence.
Yeah, how do I... present.
Objection!
Oh, Albie, why would you lie to me? So you say you've never laid eyes on the treasure box, is that right?
That's right. It's forbidden, so I'd never do that.
In that case, how did you know there was a green butterfly on it?
Huh? Because I saw a picture of it in that newspaper article?
Nope. Take another look. These photos are in black and white. You couldn't possibly tell what color the butterfly is from these pictures.
Ah!
Oh, his bag. Did it just move? Oh, Kunka! I beg your pardon?
Polkunka is a word in Chinese that people use when they're surprised.
You just exposed a lie. So this is the power of cross-examination, is it? Should be the one shocked here by your shocking lack of understanding.
Your lack of faith is disturbing.
Do you notice his expression here? It's a lot closer to how it was in the original games now.
It is.
In Dual Destinies, he had like a bug-eyed look about it.
Ah.
But now it actually looks much closer to what it was before.
Yeah.
But just a moment. If the accused was lying, then that just makes him more suspicious than ever. And this just makes things worse for me than ever. Albie, are you hiding something? Please give only true statements. I can't help you if you don't tell the truth. I just can't seem to get him to open up to me.
So, accused, you have seen the treasure box with your own eyes, after all, haven't you?
Well, maybe I did take a peek one time a long time ago when I was cleaning the treasure room.
But you weren't in the treasure room at the time of the incident, right?
Of course I wasn't.
Objection! That is a lie. You were most definitely inside the treasure room on the day of the incident. And I have proof.
He does?
This was found on the floor of the treasure room. It's a scroll entitled Notice and contains a list of temple monk duties. These instructions pertain to the day of the incident.
And what exactly is that supposed to prove?
The accused's fingerprints were found on the scroll.
What?
Oh no! Where is it? It's not here. I must have dropped it somewhere.
Indeed, you must have dropped it when you were busy murdering the victim.
No. Then that means Albie was there on the day of the incident. So this is the power of cross-examination. The more the accused talks, the guiltier he paints himself.
Yes, it would seem so, Your Majesty.
He predicted my argument and had evidence ready to refute it. How was any of that supposed to help the accused?
See, told you can't trust lawyers on their lies.
Her benevolence only said the kid's guilty. Just declare him guilty and get it over with.
No, everything's going all wrong. Shaldo, what to do?
What do I do?
What do I do?
Shadow, what do I do?
Ah. At least I pronounced it correctly.
Yeah. As I suspected, this cross-examination session has served no purpose whatsoever. No, you're wrong. But armed as we are with her benevolence's insight, there's no reason to doubt his guilt. Yes, I'll just have to poke holes in this insight of yours. By the way, this didn't prove to be very interesting at all, Mr. Payne. Nevertheless, I will now finally announce my verdict.
Objection!
Wait just one moment, Your Majesty. I haven't seen this divination seance for myself yet. As the defense, I have the right to check it. Is that really necessary? I have to get home and apologize to my wife. I guess she really did give him the business.
Your Majesty, I enthusiastically support having Mr. Wright see the seance.
You do? And why is that, Mr. Payne?
Don't you want to see it? See the lawyer being utterly crushed by the power of the seance? And then watch him tearfully beg for mercy?
The only one begging for mercy here will be you. Well, now.
I'm sure it'll make up for not getting to go to that class with your wife.
It certainly does sound worth seeing, and it'd give me a juicy tidbit to tell the missus. I've been reduced to a juicy tidbit?
tidbits.
Well, of course you're juicy, Phoenix. Why else do people paint you with miles a lot?
Phoenix Timbits. Oh wait, no, you said tidbits.
Forbidden donut. Well, for an interloper, I imagine you do have to see it for yourself to be convinced. It's certainly unprecedented, but let's have the divination seance performed again. But then, right after the tearful begging, I really do have to get going. The only tearful begging is going to come from the prosecution. Hey, I had the same thought.
How beautiful the defense looks, are still scrambling desperately for a foothold. Blissfully unaware that defeat and despair are all that await him.
Dude, you are literally the first villain in the game. I don't want to hear it.
You are tutorial.
You are a tutorial villain. I don't want to hear it. There she is, her benevolence. Your benevolence, Rafa Padma Kurain. Thank you for coming all this way once again.
You can read?
Yes.
Okay. Because I'm sitting like this to be comfortable.
Your gratitude is unnecessary. This is simply my duty. Bar-headed attorney,
Yes?
I am told you question the veracity of the sacred divination seance. It would seem the depths of your irreverence and blasphemy are lost on you.
I'm just a foreigner, ignorant in the ways and customs of this country. I apologize in advance for anything rude I might say or do, Your Benevolence. All I want is a fair trial for Albie.
You would imply that the trials of this country are unfair. Do explain, outsider. How verdicts founded on truths imparted by the very souls of the dead lack impartiality.
What's fair about trials with no defense and no chance for the accused to tell their story? How dare you speak to her benevolence in that manner? Did you hear that? Did you hear how he talked to her benevolence?
What does he know about anything? Ignorant outsider!
We won't stand for it. He must be punished. Yikes. Looks like I really stuck my foot in it this time.
Punish him! Punish him! Punish him! Punish him!
Silence, one and all.
Is she standing up for me? Phoenix.
Be not disquieted, my people. He merely expresses his opinion.
Oh well, looks like her benevolence is going to be more reasonable than I thought.
Attorneys are ghastly creatures with souls stained black by brazen untruths. The words of a lowly worm such as that are not worth troubling yourselves over.
Okay, princess.
Alright, I take that back.
None of his prattling can sway the truth of my insights.
Are you sure?
Rest assured, you will soon see the error of his foolish ways.
Hey, Zaki, you know what I just noticed?
What?
She has learned the ability of 1,000 healings.
I don't get it.
She has learned the ability of 1,000 healing.
Oh. Oh, speaking of which, you need to give me my keychain.
Oh, yes, yes. I forgot about that. Yep. I found that at a thrift store. I also got this at a thrift store as well. Can't find it. Oh, it's in the box.
Well,
It's
we'll
fine.
do it later. Now then, Your Benevolence. The divination seance, if you would.
Certainly. Nana, my robe.
Yeah, you got it right. It's Nana.
She looks like Impa.
O Holy
Oh,
Mother,
Holy Mother.
No, keep
we
reading.
hold
Actually
this
reading it.
divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be
I
unstopped.
think this is intended to be voiced because it's the first time we've seen stuff outside of a cutscene to be voiced, and it's supposed to be, oh my goodness, they're voicing something.
She can talk!
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those. I could tell.
O dance of devotion, Guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
All right, you can watch it the first time, but this repeats every time she does the dance of devotion.
Okay.
So in every case that happens in Khura'in, we see this.
Oh, okay. So I can skip this and it goes straight to the memory?
Yes,
Okay.
but don't skip it the first time.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw it in the cutscene earlier, but you should see it with the in-game model.
Yeah.
Alright, I've got it ready. I've got the stuff ready to go, so just in case you need it.
I have to say, I'm kind of impressed with how far they've come with just using models in general.
Yeah.
Because at first the models were a little stiff, but now they can do like things that would actually look just as accurate if it was hand drawn.
Yeah. Just like this is just the difference between Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice. Now,
Yeah.
granted, it took about 5 years, I think, but still.
Yeah. Clearly they have some really good mocapping as well. A little bit of clipping with the ribbon in the back, but that's about it.
But just like it's it's amazing the difference.
Yeah.
Like everything's a lot clearer, a lot more smoother than in Dual Destinies.
Yeah, and the so the way they do outlines on these characters is a specific shader, and shaders for that effect have gotten way better over the years.
Now, personally, I never skip this cutscene just because I love seeing it in motion.
The music very much reminds me of Okami.
Very much so, yeah. I mean, you're in the Kingdom of Khura'in, so I guess it kind of makes sense. It is supposed to be Asian-inspired.
Yeah. It's the use of the similar...
So remember, we're seeing what the victim saw in his final moments before he died.
Song ceremony, boy's voice, incense... Boy's voice. Pain. There's a lot that we don't see in that image. First of all, we don't see him strike him. Second of all, we can't see what he's holding.
Yes, that's the whole point, though. That they think that this is irrefutable proof that Albie killed him. We're now going to point out the logic and flaws in it. What just happened? An image appeared in the pool. A final message from the victim's soul, the last communication of his Mitama. The divination seance has revealed this to us.
Her benevolence can use her power of spirit communication to project a victim's memories of the last few moments before their demise.
Communion.
Wait, what?
Communion.
Oh, did I miss... Oh, I'm sorry.
So what we saw in the pool was what Mr. Roll actually experienced.
In the victim's memories, we see the accused raising a weapon up over his head. This is consistent with the findings of police investigation.
There has to be some kind of mistake. I didn't do it.
This looks bad for Albie. Really, really bad.
Now, do you see why I'm the incredible pain?
No, but we will soon.
Yeah. More than I can express.
Huge, massive pain in my ass.
But even if those really are the victim's last memories, what can I do with them?
There it is. There's the face of a man being utterly crushed.
No, he's thinking.
Oh, how long I've waited to see it. Isn't it wonderfully gratifying, Your Majesty?
Oh yes, very satisfying indeed. Now, are you finally convinced, Traveler? The accused is most assuredly guilty. Am I really the only unbiased one here? Now then, I think we've been amused enough. If you give up now, I won't even invoke the Defense Culpability Act against you. You'd be free to slink back to your own country with your tail between your legs. The Defense Culpability Act? What's that? What? You don't even honestly... You mean you honestly don't know? No? What's with all the hubbub?
Well, not only is he a lying, black-hearted lawyer, but he's also an imbecile. Your Majesty, I think you'd better explain the Defense Culpability Act to him.
Yes, I think I'd better. The Defense Culpability Act, or DC Act for short, is as follows. In the name of Her Eminence, those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. In other words, if you help the accused by defending him and he is found guilty, you will receive the same sentence as he. What? What kind of insane law is that? Under the DC Act, many an attorney has been convicted and met with a grim fate. Some went to prison, others received the death penalty. That's why there are so few in our country today who admit to being an attorney.
That's as it should be. The history of our courts proves that attorneys are black-souled creatures who will kill any lie to save the accused. Thus, attorneys deserve to be exterminated.
Exterminate! Exterminate!
They're actually saying it.
I know.
Yeah, I'm feeling hurt.
Exterminate!
I've never felt so much hostility coming at me from so many sides.
And so many plungers.
Huh. I didn't know Frank West was here. What could have happened to make everyone feel this way?
By the way, the person who said exterminate was him.
Yeah.
Exterminate! You fell right into my trap, Phoenix, right? Your win streak against me and my brother ends today. With the seance and the DC Act on my side, I'll finally get my revenge.
So that's why he was so eager to have me defend Albie.
You know what's really cool about his name?
What, Gatsby Payne?
No, Albie.
Oh, yeah?
It's two-sided.
Huh.
You can read it as Albie or Alibi.
Oh, okay, I guess.
Chased out and humiliated back home, fate brought me to the foothills of Karine. I thank my lucky stars that I'm chief prosecutor here now.
Your only reason you're chief prosecutor is because there's literally no other defense attorneys to face you. You're literally so butthurt about losing to Phoenix that you're willing to have him testify here to get him killed.
Yeah.
Bruh. Defense. Now that if I rule that the accused is guilty, you will go to prison too. That explains Albie's reaction later.
Defend me, Mr. Wright. What are you saying? You can't do that.
Your Majesty, isn't a prison sentence a bit lenient? After all, we're talking about treason. One should pay for such a crime with one's life.
Wow, you're really
Yes, I believe the death penalty might be appropriate under these circumstances.
Jeez, hello? Willing to spill
Yeah, like-
blood very easily?
That's what I said. He's so butthurt about losing to him and his brother losing to Phoenix that he's willing to attempt to get him killed. The death penalty? No way. You're kidding, right, Your Majesty? Do I look like I'm kidding? I'll have you put your life and your dark, tainted soul on the line here. This can't be happening.
Careful, careful.
The courts of resignation. Our courts are well known as thus. In this land, where my seances provide the truth and no attorneys can intervene, criminals know that all they can do is resign themselves to their fate.
So, what you're saying is you've gotten a death penalty, or a guilty verdict for everybody who's ever entered this court ever.
Pretty much, yes.
Nice job, guys.
Yes. Oh, foreign lawyer, I ask you once more. Are you sure you still want to defend the accused? Gulp. There's Maya to think of in all of this too. I can't just lay down my life. What in the world should I do? Continue the defense.
I ain't giving up. I will believe my...
Isn't this why I became a lawyer in the first place?
Yeah. Must believe when it becomes the worst of the worst, this is where you have to force your biggest smiles.
To help those with no one on their side. I can't just abandon everything I believe in. All I can do now is stand firm and fight.
Well, don't hold your tears back on my account, Phoenix Wright. Admit your defeat and grovel before me, the chief prosecutor, for your life!
Objection!
Even if it means being subject to the Defense Culpability Act, I will defend Albie. The only one who's going to be crying by the end of this case is you, Payne.
What?
But Mr. Wright!
The defendant insists he's innocent. And not even a divination seance should be accepted without examination. Pull Kumpa!
But if I'm found guilty, you'll get the death penalty too. Even knowing that, you still want to defend me?
I don't know what happened in the past, but it looks like everyone in this country considers lawyers to be liars. So I can understand if you don't believe me. But I still believe in you and your innocence. So all I have to do is keep believing and find the truth. That's all there is to it.
Bar-headed attorney, you continue to amuse me. You know your bombed jabs are proving to be more than mere jokes.
Your benevolence. Believe me when I say that this attorney will knock your insides out.
That's enough!
Insolent, disrespectful attorney. You'll have plenty of time to regret your folly in the Twilight Realm.
I have command grabs. What have you got? Command. Catch these hands, Your Highness. Not a wise move, traveler. Not wise at all.
Yeah, by the way, folks, if you're wondering what that sound was, we have a full-length, what's the word? Lawn,
I'm pulling up the bench.
yeah, lawn bench. So it's very loud when it gets dragged across the room.
Yes. Alright, let's keep going. You should have taken the chance I offered to save your life. But you have made your choice. The Defense Culpability Act will be applied to this case. And with this verdict, you'll both soon be parting with your heads.
Life!
Oh,
Bruh.
The souls of the departed speak only the truth. I but give their messages a voice. If you think my insights contain falsehood, I challenge you to prove it.
so this is just like a different version of,
It is similar to testimony, but you've
Yeah.
also got you have to...
The accused swung whatever he was holding down on the victim's head. With the pain, the victim's vision went dark. This is when he lost his life. Still, I can't believe it. A murder after the morning dance of devotion?
Basically, you have to take what she says in her insights and contradict it with the visuals that you see. It could be one of the five senses. It could be something in the area that's contradicting it. You're going to have to point out the contradiction.
This sounds like it's going to get complicated.
It does get complicated. Don't worry. I'm here to help out, so don't make any rash decisions until I give you the okay.
Okay.
She didn't read that.
Oh shit! Sorry, hold on.
It's okay,
I
it's
could,
okay.
no, I can rewind it. I can rewind it.
Just hit Y.
There we go.
And the last thing is Rafa.
These are the victim's experiences just before his death.
As the victim's final memories, we can assume they aren't lies.
Yeah, sorry,
No, it's okay. It's okay. I autopilot sometimes on those as well.
No,
I'm like,
You're also distracted by talking to each other.
and just like
Mm.
I'm like, oh shit, did I actually read what he just said? Oops. Nah, it's all okay. Thankfully they included that
yeah.
in the newer games.
That's what frustrates me about the new the new Thousand Year Door.
It doesn't let you rewind.
There's nothing there.
It took it out.
I don't get it. I don't understand. All right. So how do I break this down?
Allow me to relieve you of your ignorance defense. Did you notice the words that appeared in the seance vision?
Probably the last thoughts of the person.
Come to think of it, I did see words like Song of Ceremony and Incense.
The victim's final memories are not limited to sight alone. Sight, smell, taste, sound, touch, all is laid bare in the pool of souls.
Wait, does this game have smell-o-vision?
Unfortunately, no. So what Mr. Roll experienced with his five senses appears in the vision as words, right?
Oh, okay, so incense was what he smelled.
Yes.
Precisely, and by examining these sensations, we can perceive the victim's final moments with unparalleled clarity.
Works for me. I can use all the extra information I can get. Now, to find a contradiction between her insights and the seance vision. Your benevolence, I ask that you please show me the seance vision again.
Very well.
Okay. So now you can cycle, you'll be able to cycle through. Once you get the option to, you'll be able to cycle through the video and read her messages at the same time to see what's wrong with it.
Sorry, he said, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Her benevolence said after the morning dance of devotion earlier, didn't she? Isn't there something off about that? First, I'll use Ellen, the left stick, right, to make my way through the insight that seems off.
I can't go back.
Yeah, keep going. This is tutorializing you.
Okay.
Yes, this is the insight that sounded funny. Now I'll just carefully compare this insight with the seance vision. If I notice a sensation that seems contradictory, I'll select X. I'll select it.
That sounds like comparing emotions with the thing. It's similar to basically what I forget her name.
It was all ice.
Okay.
Alright, so select it.
Which one?
Well, you're tutorializing yourself, man.
Tutorial.
Just select it, press X.
Okay.
This is it. This is the part of the vision that contradicts the insight. Now I just select the sensation I think is inconsistent and then present it. So, I can't believe it. The murder after the morning dance of devotion. And yet, he's hearing the song of ceremony.
Yeah, so it had to be during.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so press X on it.
Yeah, I was guessing
Objection!
that's why.
Wait just a moment.
Yes, what is it, Barbed Head?
You're saying the incident occurred after the morning dance of devotion, right?
That's right. What of it?
Then isn't it strange that Mr. Roll could still hear the song of ceremony? Oh my, you're absolutely right.
Is that all that troubles you?
Huh?
What the victim heard was just a practice run of the Song of Ceremony.
Practice run? What are you talking about?
Mr. Payne, if you would.
Certainly, allow me to explain. The incident occurred in the interval between the morning and afternoon dances. During that time, the singers were practicing in the performance hall.
Precisely. I was there as well, so I can corroborate this statement.
I see. So what the victim heard was that practice session. There goes my contradiction. Okay, so they were practicing in this performance hall. That must be the room where Albie and I saw her benevolence dancing. However, Mr. Payne, I admit one detail troubles me.
Ask away, your majesty.
It's a big temple. The performance hall and treasure room are quite far from each other. Could the song really be heard all the way in the treasure room?
Echoes. If it's not a pad, if the areas are not padded, like, for example, say the area behind him with like curtains and stuff, that music's gonna travel really far if it's all solid wood.
It's actually there's that, but there's also an easier explanation.
What?
He's right. It is a very big temple.
A PA system?
Yeah, basically. Well, how about it, Mr. Payne?
Your majesty, have you forgotten? There are speakers in every room of the temple, including the treasure room.
Oh, that's right. Speakers? For what purpose?
So that everybody can enjoy it.
Are you serious, Mr. Wright? They're to broadcast the sacred music of the performance hall throughout the temple.
That's why the victim could hear the Song of Ceremony in the seance vision. It was the practice run going on in the performance hall, heard over the speakers.
Thank you for your explanation, Your Benevolence. That makes perfect sense, even to a feeble-minded old man like me.
Then why are you a judge?
Think nothing of it.
Now, if you wouldn't mind, could you please alter your insights for us?
Very well.
The accused swung with a bat. The song of ceremony the victim heard was a practice run throughout the temple's speakers.
I think I'm getting the hang of this. If I point out an inconsistency, she'll update her insights accordingly. So if I keep pointing things out, maybe I can knock all her insights out after all. I better find another inconsistency, no matter how small. Okay, so we'll let it run through one time, just to see what you notice.
Okay.
It's a bit hard to focus on the insights with the seance vision going. I'll try using pause, the B button, to temporarily stop the vision. There, I paused the vision. I think I can use A and Y to jump between different parts of the vision. I'll try moving the Matama mark to the flashing red panel here. So Y.
I am pressing Y.
Press the A button one more time. Now do it. Okay. Now that I know how to get around the seance visions, it's time to find inconsistencies between the insights and the vision. Okay, so now it's going to start playing. Watch through it one more time while looking through her statements. See if you notice anything interesting. Or that might be inconsistent. Okay. There didn't seem to be anything contradictory in that part of it. So shift over to the next statement with the control stick.
No.
What do you notice about that?
His vision went dark before the pain.
So, wait. So, in this case, what would be the what's the sensation that we should point out?
It's not on this page.
Go to the fourth statement. I think I know what you're trying to get at. Now hit play.
Oh,
The B button. Wait for it. Now do it. So what are you gonna try? What do you want to present?
Oh.
X. With the pain, the victim's vision went dark. It went dark before his pain.
Objection!
Sorry,
Here's
it's not that I'm not getting it, folks. It's that I'm trying to get my head around the controls.
Don't worry, it was complicated when I played it too. And keep in mind, I played it on the 3DS.
Yeah. Oh my
So
goodness.
it was a little bit more awkward too. You're saying the victim's field of vision went dark right after he was struck, correct?
Of course, as anyone with eyes can see.
Well, pardon me, but I must disagree.
What?
Your benevolence, please take another look at the exact moment the victim felt pain.
Oh,
Everything goes black, and then only after that, the victim feels pain.
inconceivable.
This places the order of events at odds with what you say happened.
Good work.
Polkunka, your benevolence, what is the meaning of this?
I cannot be wrong. My insights are beyond fallacy.
You are the fallacy.
If what the defense says is true, this is a very grave matter indeed. Please forgive me, your benevolence, but I'm afraid this contradiction is something we simply cannot ignore.
Objection!
No, let's not be too hasty, Your Majesty. I think I can clear this up.
You have something to add, Mr. Payne?
1,000 apologies. It seems the prosecution has failed to make one tiny thing clear.
And that would be?
On the day of the incident, there was a power outage, a blackout in one part of the temple. As I recall, the crime scene was in that sector. The power outage must be why the victim's field of vision went dark.
No, there's a window behind Albie.
Well,
I apologize for neglecting to tell the court this detail. I'm afraid it slipped my mind.
or rather, you knew all along and are only letting it slip now that it's convenient, Payne.
The power outage knocked out both the lights and the speakers.
Oh, there was a blackout there, was there? Well now, that explains everything, does it not?
What do you mean, your benevolence? Please share your thoughts with us, if you would.
The blackout occurred when the accused and the victim were faced with one another. Fearing the victim would flee under the cover of darkness, the accused swiftly brought his weapon down on the victim's head.
I see. That makes perfect sense, your benevolence.
So the victim was struck after the lights went out. The depth of your insight is awe-inspiring, Your Benevolence. Give her a hand, everyone.
Well done, long may you live and prosper. Hey, I want to live long and prosper too.
Nanu nanu.
There are a lot more references in this game. I love it.
Enough applause, you flatter me.
Yeah, especially.
I can feel my special attack raising by one stage.
No, I'm really confused.
Now, your benevolence, in light of this new information,
Yes, of course. I will alter my insight.
Do not alter it further.
oh, don't worry, she won't be altering it anymore because there's only one more thing to point out.
One can safely assume the accused struck the victim the moment after the blackout began. Can you? I did not mean to do that.
You're on autopilot a lot more today. I get you, it's fine. At least I was able to draw out some new info. And with new info comes a chance to find new inconsistencies.
I hate it when people do it to me. I don't like it when I do it to others either.
Now to compare the insights with the vision again, and see what else I can dig up.
The accused swung whatever he was holding down on the victim's head. I'll safely assume the accused struck the victim the moment the blackout began. No.
Well, no. Look, he gets hit after it blacked out, so you could safely say that that is kind of the truth. There's one more statement, though.
The ceremony the victim heard was the practice run through the temple speakers. Wait a second.
Wasn't there a blackout?
Song of Ceremony.
If that's the case, then
It's kind of doing a thing.
so
Song of Ceremony is still playing while the lights are off.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
I had a feeling that was going to be it. I wanted to go through each piece first.
No, exactly. That's the whole point.
Okay. How do I... Oops.
A. Right there.
And then...
X.
Yeah, it's just that, yeah. Blah. Oh, right, X?
X again.
Okay. I keep wanting to press A!
Yeah, no.
It's frustrating.
X.
It's frustrating.
Yes, I finally found it. This is the gaping hole I've been looking for. Your benevolence, as impressive as your spirit communion power is, it's not infallible.
You never know when to stop talking, do you?
No,
Never.
No. That's my friend Miles. He doesn't know when to shut the fuck up.
I hope you realize your words are an insult to all adherents of Cryonism.
Actually, no, it's Larry. It's my friend Larry that has a problem shutting up. Defense, watch what you say. If you don't mind that tongue of yours, you won't have one left to mind. It's certainly not my intention to insult spirit mediums, but maybe I'm not the one who needs to learn when to stop talking.
What malarkey?
I believe you said a few moments ago that the victim could hear the Song of Ceremony thanks to the temple's speakers. But then, how do you explain how the victim could still hear the Song of Ceremony even after the power went out?
I didn't press a button. That did it automatically.
She literally just went, oh.
Yeah.
This contradiction of facts can only mean that the Song of Ceremony Mr. Roll heard was not coming from the speakers.
What? Impossible!
What are you saying? That the song he heard was coming directly from the performance hall? That's exactly what I'm saying. It's the only possible explanation. But the scene of the crime was nowhere near the performance hall. Right. The song couldn't make it all the way to the treasure room. Not unless...
You mean to say...
Yes, the treasure room was not the actual scene of the crime. It must have been somewhere else, somewhere closer to the performance hall.
What?
You can't be serious. There is a glaring contradiction in the claims of her benevolence and the prosecution. Therefore, the defense insists that this case be thoroughly re-examined.
What? No.
This is completely unprecedented. An inconsistency in her benevolence and insights? Unbelievable!
Take notice for a tongue, your magistrate. These are but the claims of a corrupt lawyer, a feeble ruse from a feeble mind.
But the contradiction revealed by the defense is undeniable. We can't just turn a blind eye to it.
Well, the defense's assertion is in the end meaningless. Even if the location of the murder turned out to be different, it doesn't change that what we've seen the moment of the murder.
Indeed, the accused is standing right there in front of the victim. Furthermore, the murder weapon remains raised above his head. My insight still stands.
Yeah, can you prove that? Because we didn't see the murder weapon in his hands at all. We couldn't even see anything beyond his wrists.
Also, keep in mind, just because he has his arms raised up, that doesn't mean he's holding a weapon. There could be another reason why he had his hands up in the air like
Because he was being stuck up.
Exactly. Roll did have a gun on him.
Yeah.
He is a security guard.
Okay.
Yeah. I hate to admit it, but she's right. The seance vision still makes the situation look really grim for Albert.
Doubt even the defense can dream up an explanation as to why. The accused had his hands up over his head.
Well, this defense dares to dream. They can get out of this thing alive.
You what?
You still insist on trying to tear down my insides, do you? You'd better be prepared to back up your claim. Remember what will happen to that tongue of yours if we find you are just whacking it.
When have I never backed up a claim? Of course course I can back up my plane, just as soon as I think of something.
Bluff
I literally never fly by the seat of my pants. Always flies by the seat of his pants.
Bluff until you find a way out.
You appear to be fully prepared, defense. As the embodiment of this court, I give you permission to try to prove your claim. As long as you're willing to stake your life on it.
I already am.
I concur, Your Majesty. Prepare the tongue shears. Chop chop.
Oh boy!
Chop chop. Yes, let's have the bailiff fetch them.
Sorry.
I think I saw a suitable pair in the basement. Chop chop. Stop.
I hear that lying lawyers have several tongues to spare. I'm sure he won't miss one.
Literally opens this thing and has several tongues in there. No.
I will add it to my personal collection.
These will make a fine addition to my collection.
That's what I was going for.
Yikes, these people are actually serious. I'm rather attached to my tongue. Think, Phoenix, think. Other than to raise a weapon, why would Albie have held his hands up like that?
He was being held up by gunpoint. He's already shown he's done it.
Aha, so that's why. The reason the defendant had his hands up over his head can be explained by something in the crime photo. What explains why Albie had his hands raised above his head?
Actually, I just noticed that detail. Huh.
What?
This is unholstered.
Yeah, exactly. So that means he must have held it.
He must have used it recently, because normally he would have it holstered and clipped down, so that accidents wouldn't happen.
Exactly.
Take that!
As in the seance vision, I witnessed the defendant raise both of his hands over his head yesterday. You did? Where did you see such a thing? When the police had their guns trained on him as they made their arrest. Oh, are you saying... The victim was a security guard, and an armed one at that. The defense proposes that the victim had pointed his firearm at Albie, and that's why the defendant's hands were raised in the air.
Second.
You.
I didn't press a thing.
Yeah.
It was
That
her.
was on you this time.
It was her turn to go.
Hokunka and then
Who would have thought the seance vision could be interpreted that way?
This is not possible. It can't be.
You got up surprisingly quickly. Not bad for a total knockout. Ding, ding, ding.
My brain, because of my friends online, have just thought about him thinking about her being a total knockout.
No, I'm the total knockout here.
Hot dad Bob.
Oh, yeah.
Hot dad
oh,
Bob.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen his hobo look?
Yeah.
How dare the lawyer devil go against her benevolence?
He's no better than that traitorous snake Dirk!
Traitorous snake? Dirk? Who's that?
Dirka.
Who dat?
No, I can't believe it. A contradiction in one of my insights? There has to be some kind of mistake. I won't accept it.
That's right, your benevolence, and I won't accept it either, because I was about to win! It goes against all we hold sacred. Throw him in jail immediate for lese majesty.
What? Yeah, you said it! Throw him in jail!
Yes, make him pay for the way he disrespected her benevolence!
Oh, these people are definitely not my fans right now. That's right, exterminate him!
Exterminate!
Peace! Give me peace! I said peace!
Whoa, a little too loud, buddy.
I put that voice on a lot for the kiddos when I have to get their attention.
Too loud, though. You might have peaked them. The thing is, if you go too loud, it'll actually blank out your voice.
Just, it is funny if my voice just completely cuts out.
Because I'm betting all you heard was, I said...
I know that would make it funny, though. Let's be real. Now, everyone, please calm down. Is he?
Your Majesty, please assign this black-hearted attorney a suitable punishment.
No, I can't charge him with less majesty. Least majesty, whatever it is.
What?
What? But why not, Your Majesty?
He was simply following the proper procedure for defending the accused. There's nothing unlawful about that.
But, Your Majesty, don't you want to wrap this trial up quickly? Why not just give your verdict? Then you can go home and make it up to your wife.
We can't end the trial now. Not when we just learned new information about the case.
What?
Your Majesty, not you too. You would honestly entertain the idea that my insight contains a contradiction?
Truly, it is shocking. In the 20-plus years since the DC Act went into effect, such a thing has never occurred. To be honest, I didn't want to believe it either. But with his life on the line, the defense pointed out an inconsistency, and it is our duty to scrutinize it to the satisfaction of the law.
You dare go against the royal priestess, you non-believer?
No, my faith is as strong as ever. But I have a duty to make a fair ruling in this trial. If you insist on interfering with that process, your benevolence, I'm afraid I must request your removal from this courtroom, royal priestess or not.
What? I'll have you know.
Your benevolence! Please acquiesce in this, your benevolence. Looks like ill.
Ice Queendom.
Oh, yes.
I won't forget this offense, Barbed Head. I do not admit defeat. I won't.
Bailiff, please see her benevolence out.
Yomitama will face due retribution in the Twilight Realm. The demons there they'll pluck the bars right off your stupid head. I hope your suffering will be super duper painful.
Joke's on you, my barb grows back.
And I hope they throw you into a lake of burning hair, yeah? And then
Keep in mind, she's 14.
Yeah.
I guess she's still just a teenager after all. Now then, defense. Mr. Light, was it? Ha.
Light Yagami.
I think he was going for like
I was
Dr.
thinking
Light.
doctor.
Dr. Light.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, no, it is another reference to another Capcom title, which
Yeah.
is Mega Man.
Yeah, fun. That's right, Your Majesty. Phoenix Wright.
And here's the thing, that's also a double, because in Japanese, L's and R's are interchangeable.
Yeah. Of course, Mr. Wright. My apologies. Well, now that we have this newly uncovered fact, I suggest we proceed with arguments. Thank you, Your Majesty. Yes, but do not misunderstand me. This doesn't mean I trust you completely. I'll be keeping a close eye on you, so don't ever think about lying to this court. I understand, Your Majesty. Phew. Maybe now we can finally run a real trial.
Arguments, Your Majesty? Very well, I accept your challenge.
Now that her benevolence is gone, I'm gonna run up to the bathroom.
Absolutely.
Fair enough. Huh? What's with him?
Oh, the look on your face, Mr. Wright. It's just... it's too hilarious.
What's so funny, Mr. Payne? I thought your face was the only thing that was funny here.
I'm calling it now. He had more evidence to throw down. He was just waiting for this preamble to happen,
More
just
like-
in case.
All I will say is he didn't have evidence. What's the other thing you can use to win a case with?
Oh yeah. Oh, jeez. Other people who witnessed the event.
Exactly, he has a witness.
The defense still doesn't get it. The truth he unearthed is going to bury him and his case instead.
What do you mean by that, prosecutor?
I told you, it's Chief Prosecutor.
Yeah, sure. Yes, because that's the thing to focus on right now.
Of course it is. I am gold. I am shiny.
Of course, don't you know anything about science?
The defense is digging its own grave. Consider this, Your Majesty. Why would the victim, a security guard, point a gun at the accused?
Oh.
Oh, indeed. Because the accused was about to commit a theft. The only logical explanation.
It's the only logical explanation.
Eh,
What? That does sound pretty logical, actually.
you can actually use that sentence without using its, and it's still a proper sentence.
Fair enough.
It would just be considered a continuation of the last sentence he used.
Ah, yes. Fair enough.
It doesn't help the accused situation at all. If anything, it makes him look even more guilty.
Yes, I have to agree.
Allow me to spell out this truth the defense didn't bother to think through. Mr. Roll came across the accused just as he was trying to steal the treasure. The guard pointed his gun at the accused, and just when the power went out, the accused murdered the victim and hid his body in the treasure room. The hand truck for moving heavy treasure around is stored in the treasure room. The accused could have easily moved the body with that.
Up the stairs?
And after all that hard work to knock down those incense.
Yeah, he could have brought it to that room, but the stairs would prevent him to drag it all the way up there. And he's a small child. He can't lift a full body on his own.
Yeah, that's not the first time they've argued a child lifting up a giant.
Yeah.
Like an adult like that. Back to the old familiar corner.
It's okay. You're a corner.
It's alright, you're Wally from Hajime no Ippo. You do your best work in the corner.
Yeah.
Mr. Wright, do you have a rebuttal? I'm drawing a total blank here.
I hope you're ready to climb that scaffold.
Hey, hey, that's not a scaffold. That's a stepladder. Love that joke.
I asked you a question, defense. Got nothing. I can't think of any grounds for an objection. The only thing to do at this point is to ask the defendant himself what happened. Don't know if Albie will cooperate with me or not. Albie? Will you tell us what really happened?
You don't have to say anything, accused. Fall for his evil trap and you'll only dirty your own soul. Although you are still going to join his fate.
Albie, you have to tell me the truth. I can't help you unless you do.
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry.
Why? Why won't he trust me? Is this it? Is this the end for both of us?
Hold it.
Maya, I'm sorry. It's too early to see your face. We have to wait.
Yeah, I don't know why they're hiding it. Oh no, she grew up to be a butterface.
Albie just said I never met a real lawyer before.
Now, everybody always told me they're bad people who help dirty criminals go free. I never thought a lawyer would actually try to help me, would actually believe in me, would risk his own life for me. I never would have imagined it.
Albie.
So, that's why I lied. To try and save myself. But I'm not gonna lie anymore. If you believe in me enough to put your life on the line, then I'm gonna believe in you too. But not just you, but the you who believes in me.
Watch as I get determined and the hair on my head just stands right upright.
And it shall pierce the heavens.
Exactly. Attaboy, he gets the reference.
What?
Ah, I see.
Allow me to explain.
See, Your Honor, this kid's I see you're a man of culture as well. Now we're talking. Time to finally get to the bottom of things.
To be honest, I went in the treasure room lots of times to look at the treasure box.
Even though the temple told you you weren't allowed to go anywhere near it?
Yes, I'm sorry. Mr. Roll even saw me once and scolded me. But that box is so beautiful, the way it glows in the dark, I couldn't help myself.
Wait, it glows in the dark?
That's right, it's covered in this special mineral called fluorinite. It makes it glow. It's absolutely breathtaking. It's really a shame if they don't put it on display for the public. Can you imagine how many people would go on night tours of the temple if they did?
If only he applied such passion to telling me the truth earlier.
That's funny, because the image doesn't show any sign of it. Oh, well, actually, no. It would probably be in the light, so it wouldn't be glowing nearly as much.
Yeah, at least with a little bit of light.
Yeah.
On the day of the incident, I was on my way to the treasure room again, when I ran into Mr. Roll on the Great Stairs.
So those were not the treasure room stairs in the seance vision?
No, they were the Great Stairs that connect the hallway to the hallway.
Makes sense. The vision wasn't clear enough to show us what was at the top of the stairs.
All of a sudden, Mr. Roll drew his gun and threatened me with it. I quickly put my hands up. Mr. Roll, he acted so scary. For some reason, he had this scarf over his mouth. I couldn't read his expression at all. Just then, the power went out. So I took that chance to hightail it out of there. I ran for my life. Even now, when I try to think back on it, all I can remember are the gun and the piercing look in Mr. Roll's eyes. That must have been when I dropped the notice scroll.
Which means someone else brought it to the treasure room, along with Mr. Roll's body. Did Mr. Roll say anything to you when you ran into him on the stairs?
Okay, I'm calling this now because this is a good place to call it. A, we've already seen that he is short on funds and he's having trouble keeping his family above water.
Mm-hmm.
B, he was killed by somebody else.
Yes.
This somebody else was somebody who incited him to steal it for money so that he could provide for his family, and then killed him and hid the evidence.
Mm. Sounds about right. What is it, Albie?
I have no idea why, but he asked me a strange question. Did you steal it? He said.
What?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't say all this before. I didn't think anybody would believe me.
A grand speech. One that confirmed my suspicions that you were the thief.
Objection!
It's possible the victim simply misread the situation.
Objection!
Where there's smoke, there's fire, as they say.
I don't know why. It's easier for me to do his voice while I'm like this than when I'm sitting up.
The victim must have had good reason to be suspicious of the accused.
Why does every new piece of information have to seem so incriminating?
It's a lawyer game. It has to be.
Yeah.
Or else it's not interesting.
Shadow, what do I do? Shadow.
And what better reason to suspect the boy than seeing the treasure box in his hands? In the course of his rounds, the victim must have noticed that the treasure box has been stolen. Then, just after that, he ran into the accused. I'll be your guide.
No, that's not what happened.
Therefore, the one who stole the treasure and killed the victim can be none other than the accused.
Yeah, there's a glaring flaw. Ow. Popo! There's a glaring flaw in that statement.
What now?
Oh, is it you, Popo?
Yep, that's it. That's Shadow.
Hey, Shadow, down boy.
That's funny because my Bible study teacher's name is his dog's named Shadow as well. Or wait, no, his old dog was named Shadow.
Whoa, what do we have here?
I'm sorry about this. This is my dog, Shadow.
Barf.
You nearly gave me a heart attack. So that's what's been making his
Can't you quiet that yappy mutt down?
He keeps calling out for someone named Maria. I don't know why.
I am Wallaby, walking to my bistro.
Not now. Not now, music player. Sorry.
Shadow says that Mr. Roll made a mistake.
You can understand him?
It's a Josh.
Hola.
Don't tell me this is a surprise witness for the defense.
I beg your pardon? You're not thinking of cross-examining an animal, are you?
Hi, Faye.
No.
It's now time for me to say the.
Of course
goodbye.
not, Your Majesty.
I came to say boop to Zyga.
She's not here
Zyka's
right
not here right now.
Damn it! Scree!
No,
Well,
because it's thawing.
well, hi, bye.
See
Have
ya.
fun.
All right,
See,
bye.
Of course not, Your Majesty. Not this time, anyway. Boo! Whew. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I thought I'd have to reassess my assessment of your sanity for a second there.
I have cross-examined a parrot
And an orca.
and an orca. A dog wouldn't be outside of my wheelhouse.
No, but he's in a new country, so
Yeah.
this is still questionable. I think I'd better reassess my strategy, and fast. I have to somehow show that somebody else could have struck the victim, or were sunk. While it's true that the defendant was standing in front of the victim when he died, it doesn't mean somebody else couldn't have struck the victim at that time. If you're going to go that far, then I hope this means you have another angle of approach, Wright.
Exactly. I mean, who but the accused standing in front and center could have done it? Unless you can back up your claim, it's nothing more than conjecture.
Okay, come on, Phoenix. I know I can think up something convincing. Where else could the victim have been struck from?
Behind.
Yeah, like the only other place that makes sense.
But here's the thing that they're not pointing out to begin with. Why would he be returning to the scene of the crime after he's just done it?
Yeah, that does seem off.
Oh, X. I keep forgetting it's X.
Take that!
I keep wanting to press A.
With the defendant standing in front of the victim. Isn't it possible that the victim could have been struck from behind? From behind, you say? I see. Yes, I suppose it's not outside the realm of possibility. Good. Now at least I have some breathing. But who do you suppose could it have been? Oh, the true culprit, naturally. The one who actually committed the theft and murder. The true culprit? And I suppose you have a true timeline of events to go along with that? I should have known I'd have to explain everything. Alright, if we assume the true culprit struck the victim from behind, then that means... After going to the treasure room and stealing the treasure, the true culprit tried to escape.
He went to
But
the
then
store.
Mr. Roll appeared, making his rounds.
He went to the storeroom.
I imagine the culprit then quickly hid in the storeroom at the other end of the hallway.
You're grasping at straws, Mr. Wright. Admit it, you have nothing but baseless conjecture.
I'm going to look for something to base it on right now. Albie? When you ran into Mr. Roll in the hallway, was there anyone around the storeroom area?
I don't know. There might have been somebody there, but I couldn't see. I was only halfway down the stairs, so I couldn't see the ends of the hallway.
I see. Swing and a miss.
Borf.
Oh, Shadow says that someone was there.
I see. Thank you for that. Too bad his testimony is inadmissible. You think this is a joke?
I think the joke. I might as well be the Joker.
You're the Joker?
Yes, I have green hair under this toupee.
You want to know how I got these scars?
Want to know how I have all this jewelry? It wasn't because of my workplace attire.
I robbed someone in prison. I believe his name was Wright. Maybe the defendant didn't happen to see this other person?
You're the one who put him away, after all.
You're not wrong. But that doesn't mean the true culprit couldn't have been there in the hallway.
Objection!
Your desperate floundering is getting hard to watch. But I will enjoy watching you sink.
What are you talking about?
Unfortunately for you, only the accused and the victim were there in that hallway at the time of the incident.
You can't prove that.
How can you continue to make that assertion?
Because there was a witness. A very reliable eyewitness.
If there was an eyewitness, that's proof that there was a third person right there.
I am going to enjoy voicing this guy. What?
Your Majesty, the prosecution would like to call its first witness to the stand.
I know it
Calling,
didn't say first.
calling an eyewitness to the stand, It's been decades since that's happened.
And unlike the defense's witness, you can rest assured that there are no pets involved.
That was a low blow. Orf, you're lucky this dog can't summon a persona, you nitwit.
Yeah.
Very well, I'll allow it. And now for something we've not heard in quite some time. Bring the witness to the stand. Can I voice this guy?
I don't even know what kind of guy he is first.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy voicing this guy.
I need to know what type of guy he. Yeah, yes, yeah. I'm seeing it already.
Yeah.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
He's Laban Understanding's the name. I'm like Temple's head monk, can you dig? Oh, if it isn't Instructor Understanding. You're the eyewitness? Instructor?
Not only is Mr. Understanding Temple's head monk, but he's also a renowned Dalaman expert. Damalon expert.
I don't know what that is.
Sorry to have to ask, but what's a Damalon? Check it. Here she is, my sweet serenader, my one and only. Groovy, right? But you heard our sultry sounds once before, brother.
Aren't those? That's supposed to be a mandolin, isn't it?
It might be a different variation.
Hmm.
When dragon and tiger battle. I'm not singing it that slowly.
I'm not rushing it.
I know. I'm not singing it that slowly.
Yeah.
That's the song from the Dance of Devotion. Right on, brother. The Song of Ceremony. Playing this tune together with a precious gift form and my girl here.
It sounds like the guitars they use in Spanish music.
Sort of. Song of Ceremony. The song that was playing at the time of the murder. Oh, Holy Mother, may the righteous sounds of my Damalon serve as my offering to you.
Damalon ding dong.
Please try to be respectful, Mr. Defense Attorney.
Absolutely not.
Wonderful. A great performance as always. This is my thing, you know? My bag. I make instruments speak, baby. By the by, Magistry Pops? No Damalon class today? No, I'm afraid this trial has gone into overtime, thanks to the lawyer over there. The class the judge wanted to attend was a Damalon lesson? Well, you know what they say, baby. Never trust the lawyer, man.
It's going to be hard to see in my head that this guy is the
Head monk?
no, the guy who did all this, but I have a strong suspicion he is.
But transgressors against the Holy Mother have to be brought to justice.
Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Understanding. As the treasure's keeper, you must have been shocked to learn it had been stolen.
Yeah, man. That was not cool. Keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, Mr. Understanding? That's right, brother. This here's the one and only treasure box key. I keep it on me at all times, can you dig? But the sneaky thief went and cracked open that sucker anyway. Total bummer, man.
I've heard that sound before. I have heard that sound before in one of the interludes.
So that's the key to the treasure box, is it? You know it, baby. It's called the Magatama Key, and it's a historical artifact to boot. It's been passed down from head monk to head monk and temple to temple. The Magatama Key, huh? Sole key to open the treasure box. Understanding keeps it on his person at all times. Now someone's jacked the treasure on my watch. It's a real buzzkill, man.
They would have to steal your key to do so. What? How?
Unless you're the thief.
Yeah, that's putting a lot of fingers on your face, buddy.
How am I ever gonna face Her Holiness again? But they're probably all thinking, like, how could someone like this steal the treasure, right?
Yeah, well...
Oh, Holy Mother, please find it in your infinite mercy. Please guide this lost and humble lamb. Where do I always get the far out?
I don't know, you chose to voice them.
Mr. Anton Standen, you witnessed the accused and the victim heading to the treasure room.
I'm sorry, you stop fourth wall breaking within fourth wall breaking. There's like 16 walls broken now because of you. You know it, baby. Best believe I scoped that tiny transgressor. Would you please give the court your testimony regarding what you saw? To bring justice against the transgressor, man? Yes, of course. I'll do all I can. In the name of Her Holiness, I vow to say, not but the truth I swear to bring. Hit. Ow. Didn't mean literally, dude. Got a mean swing, though. Ooh, what I saw, baby. After the morning dancing devotion, to go back to my chamber, I got the notion. Didn't you know my chamber's on the way to the temple's treasure room? Hey. Any small footsteps I can quite hear if anyone to the treasure room goes near. Albie was the only one. Albie was the only one. Before the blackout, one other than roll. Only Albie to the treasure room did stroll. Tell me I was hallucinating just now. Like, can you believe Mr. Roll bit the big one after that? Harsh, man.
I share your sentiments. You were the only one who discovered the victim's body, weren't you, Mr. Anton Standen?
What? You found the body as well? He really is a key witness then.
Yeah, the fact that everything lines up into place just because of his stuff
Yeah.
is way too suspicious.
That's right, brother. After the blackout, I went to reset the breaker and give power back to the people. The circuit box is near my chamber, so I'm always the man for the job, you feel me?
Again, another coincidence that is very suspect.
I gave the power back to the people and I upgraded my revolver for it. Down in Rapture, it works a lot.
Jeez.
The breakers are in the first floor hallway, in the front of the storeroom. On the way, I got a...
Oh,
Man, you're trying to weasel into my lines too, brother?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's fine. Honestly, I thought you were doing a pretty good job at it. On the way, I got a whiff of something funky. Blood, man. Really harshed my mellow. I knew something wasn't kosher, so I swung by the treasure room to see what's what. And it was like, whoa, man. There was poor Mr. Roll dead as a doornail.
In the interval between the end of the dance of devotion and the blackout, the only ones who went to the scene of the crime were the victim and the accused. So you see, Mr. Anton Standen's unsaleable account that led to the accused's arrest.
Yeah, here's the problem. His own account, he doesn't have an alibi for himself.
Hold it. Isn't it possible that the murder took place before the end of the Dance of Devotion?
I'm afraid that's not possible. The victim was in the performance hall until the very end of the dance.
He was?
Would you like some proof? How's this? A photo of that morning's dance of devotion taken by a tourist.
My, what graceful dancing. I can almost hear the sound of Mr. Anderstandon's gamelan now.
That's not the same guitar he was using.
Maybe he has one specifically made for the Dance of Devotion?
A-
Maybe it's tuned just right for it?
A flying V?
Hey, he has style, clearly. Payne's right. That's Mr. Roll on duty. Oh yeah, he is there too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Never underestimate the incredible pain.
So in addition to Rafa's insights, he had backup evidence lined up too, huh? As head monk, my monks in training are like my own kids, like family. Can you dig it?
I'm kind of curious about this.
Why? Did you finish it? No, I couldn't eat it.
Nobody else seems to... Yeah, she got a burger with extra toppings that she doesn't want.
You haven't even touched it at all? Nope.
Yeah, the only people that are standing out are the three characters.
Yeah. Everyone else is a faceless nobody.
Yeah.
What is this, Ruby? Ruby volumes 1 through 3? I read that already.
We're aware. We started late too.
Yeah, we'll finish this one part, and like once we get to the next one afterwards, we can do that.
Mm-hmm. You read this
Yeah,
already?
yep. I should have taught Albie better, man. Before her holiness the old. Oh, Albie, confess your sins, my mother.
Head monk, understand, and I didn't kill Mr. Roll. So I don't have anything to confess to the Holy Mother.
What? Bogus, little man. Your faith is weak, like a wet paper bag. Are you feeling me? Spare the rod, hate the hate. Spoil the child, not me. I spared the rod last night, man. I couldn't do it, man. Her holiness is magnanimous, son. If you confess your guilt, she'll forgive you in the Twilight Realm. I don't suppose she could forgive him in this realm first. Defense, please begin your cross-examination. Okay, so I'll state this up front. There's one statement you need to press on.
Okay.
What I saw, baby. Hold it! Could you please point out one more time where the chamber is located? Yeah, man, no sweat. My chamber is on the way from the performance hall to the treasure room. So anyone going to the treasure room would have to pass by Anderstandon's chamber. Give peace, love, and a chance. Hold it! How could you tell it was Albie just from the sound of his some footsteps? Albie is practically family, man. The smooth groove of his shoes are easy to pick out.
Yeah, no, I have to agree. I can tell who's walking into my house just by your footfalls.
Okay. But how do you know he went to the treasure room? Didn't you think it was possible he went to the storeroom at the other end of the hall? No way, man. I saw him with my own 2 eyes. You saw him? In the treasure room. This you can believe. My peepers peep the sneaky sneak out.
And tell us where. Where is it you stood when you saw the accused, if you would?
I see where this is going.
I heard the footsteps. I looked out the window. From my window, I can see the window of the first floor hallway across the courtyard. You dig? And through that window, I saw Albie walking into the treasure room. Should I have him add this statement to his testimony? Could you please add that statement to your testimony, Mr. Anderson? You got it, brother. Through the window I did spy little Albie with my own eye. So this was just added, so this is something you might want to look at. Hold it! You don't have to press anymore.
Oh.
Through the window, you said? That's right, brother. That's the courtyard. There's a courtyard outside the window of my chamber. Across the courtyard, I could see the window of the hallway to the treasure room, man. For future reference, pressing on these statements is usually okay to do no matter what.
Yeah, I know.
But like, it's not always required.
Yeah.
It's okay though. It's fine. Beautiful time of year, blah blah. You know it, pops. I have to look out of in the courtyard while playing my Damalon.
By the way, if it feels like I'm skipping through, it's because this is kind of...
And it goes a little something like this. Okay.
Alright, so
So
I
go-
need
so
to
go
present evidence to that one then.
Yes. Now look through everything that you have. Okay.
But what if the doors were closed?
It's possible, but it doesn't...
Wait, no, he can't see anything with the breakers off.
Well, no. Don't assume that. If the light is coming in through the window, he could probably see it. Look through everything that can be observed, that you can look through.
Yeah,
There is one piece of evidence you technically haven't looked at yet that has additions to it. It's the Song of Ceremony. Controls death, cerebral contusion from a head injury. Okay. What about that thing that Albie supposedly dropped? Due to the growing number of thefts around the temple, we are tightening security throughout. Therefore, all of the hallway shutters will remain shut for today's dance of devotion.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
How could he see through the window if the shutters were closed?
Objection!
Yeah, it's okay. That is the one thing you didn't look at beforehand, so it probably was going to be what you needed.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. You were going to look through everything anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something off about that, Mr. Anderstanden. My music is off? I'm sorry you feel that way, man. Maybe this vibe ain't topping the charts where you're from. What's your poison? Orchestra? Jazz soul? There's nothing wrong with my ears, witness, but something's not quite right with your eyes. Mr. Anderstanden, you've been lying to this court. Now why would I lie? I got nothing to hide. Truth and truth alone is all I sing. Lying, yo? Nah, lying ain't my thing.
Uh-huh.
I can tend otherwise. Do you recognize this object, Mr. Anderstanden? It's a temple notice, man. What of it? In this notice, the following instruction to the temple monks is written. All of the hallway shutters will remain shut for today's dance of devotion. What you talking about, Phoenix?
What you talking about, Phoenix?
I'm talking about the fact that from your chamber, you couldn't have seen anyone going through the treasure room through your shutters. Yeah. Looks like you didn't get the memo. No way. I don't believe it, man. If you don't believe it, why don't you read the notice for yourself? Let's see. Something, will, something for, something. Is that your idea of reading? I'm not so hot at reading Pyrenees, man. I usually got one of the other monks to read stuff for me, you know?
So you're not a local. That's even worse.
Interesting. Doesn't that make your duties as head monk a little difficult? Hey, cut me some slack, man. I only moved to this country 6 months ago.
Yeah.
That's quite recent, isn't it? So, how did someone who's only been here for 6 months become head monk of the temple?
How little you understand. Religious faith can't be measured in months or years. I've only been an adherent to Koreanism for 3 months myself. The Holy Mother's teachings really spoke to me, prompting me to stay in this country.
And, you know, the fact that you have no contested attorneys to stop you from being an amazing prosecutor.
Or was it the fact that there were no lawyers here that spoke to you? Mr. Payne, I know just how you feel, my man. Her Holiness's teaching spoke to me, too. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Brother Dumb and Brother Dumber. Well, I know why Payne suddenly became a believer in Koreanism. Could Anderson have had an ulterior motive for becoming a believer, too? Mr. Anderson, were you really in your chamber as you claimed? What? Hey, be chill, brother. Weren't you instead somewhere else?
Objection!
Mr. Wright, what kind of nonsense are you spouting now?
According to Mr. Anderson's testimony, he saw Albie with his own eyes. Therefore, is it really nonsense to suggest he could have seen Albie from somewhere else?
Well...
Do you have a theory, defense? Do you know where Mr. Anderson was, if not in his chamber? If he wasn't in his room, then...
Let's go.
If Albie had gone down the hallway towards the treasure room, there are only a few places he could have seen Albie. I do have a theory, Your Majesty. Let's say the witness really did see Albie going towards the treasure room. What then? The defense proposes this is the only place he could have been to see Albie go down the hall.
Take that!
There? But you just suggested earlier that that's where the true culprit might have been. True, but no matter how you look at it, this is the only place Anderson could have been. Mr. Foreign Lawyer, don't tell me. Are you accusing Mr. Anderson of being the true culprit in this case?
Yes.
Yes, Your Majesty. I contend there's a strong possibility this witness is the murderer.
Objection!
How dare you be so disrespectful! First you criticize her benevolence's insights, now you accuse the head monk of murder?
Objection!
This is the only place the witness could have been. If he was there, he could have struck the victim down from behind and moved his body to the treasure room.
It's nothing but groundless conjecture.
And there's one more thing. Do you remember what was said in the opening argument? The opening argument? During that argument, it was suggested that Albie used his position as monk in training to get his hands on the treasure.
That's right, and what of it?
Well, why don't we try this twist on for size? The thief used his position as head monk of the temple to get a hold of the treasure.
What?
What? You joshing me, man?
No, he's right here.
What do you know? He is here. Huh. The key to the treasure box has been passed down from head monk to head monk. What better position to be in if you want to steal the treasure?
You can't possibly be serious.
Does this mean you're claiming that Mr. Anderson's oath of faith is nothing but a lie designed to get him close to the treasure? The witness hasn't been truthful in his testimony to this court. So clearly, he isn't above lying. Didn't you swear to the Holy Mother that not but the truth would you bring? In light of that, I don't think it's unfair to call your faith into question. Nah.
Objection!
This is ridiculous. There are no limits to what this lawyer will say. I mean, lie is such a strong word. Maybe it was just a mistake.
Hold it.
Uh-oh, he's going serious mode.
Oh, yes, it's great. Enough with the nervous wreck routine, prosecutor. You're just embarrassing yourself, man.
What?
What was that, Mr. Understanding? Lawyer man, you really are the lowest of the low. You've gone and said something I can't forgive. You called my belief into question, my faith in the Holy Mother. Nobody gets away with that.
Metal. It's metal. I can tell. Yeah. There we go. As soon as you change the voice, I'm like, holy shit, his face markings are like a play on Kiss.
Exactly. What on earth? That music. It's making my ears bleed. All right, time to put on the heavy metal Jesus routine.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
This is the music of my soul. Talk to the lawyer. I'm the Twilight Messenger. Can't you tell? Gonna take this lying lawyer straight to hell. He's dripping with lies, running with Philistines. I'm gonna send that lawyer to the guillotines. Guillotines. I had to make the rhyme work, I'm sorry. And now for something completely different.
Yeah, by the way, you can pronounce it Philistines as well. So, it would have worked.
Guillotines. Okay, yeah. That plinkety-plunk music just wouldn't let me express my rage!
Jeez, even the sound of his dialogue progressing is different now.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Your rage, huh? Is it the real source of your anger having your lie exposed? You just don't get it. If I lied, it's because you drove me to it. You all sniffing around and suspicious and throwing out false accusations. Sorry, but as a lawyer, I'm afraid that's my job. Yeah, well, lawyers are crap. Keep making noise and I'll have to use my partner here on you. I'm the one making noise? Hey, so you want to know the truth, huh? Think you can handle the truth, do you? Fine. Let's see you try. Feel the heat of my brutal death beat.
Feel the heat.
I'll be the brutal legend we deserve. Savage, right? Sweating bullets, ain't you?
Am I melting your face yet? That would explain the flying V guitar.
The screams of my soul are gonna make a mosh pit out of this peanut gallery. Did he really just win the court over with that performance? Yo, geezer, I got something to testify. Get ready for the howling of my soul! I call this chart topper Soul Screaming Truth.
Okay.
Witness testimony. Soul Screaming Truth. Priestess's dance had come to an end. To the music store room, my way did wend. Death truth is what you tread. Hear me shred. From my spot in front of the storeroom, I saw Albie creep to the treasure room. And trailing from behind, pound on the scent, I saw a patrol. After Albie he went. He and my girl, innocent and sweet, back to the storeroom, can't be beat. Then out went the power, ticket to midnight, blacker than blackest black, on all sides. Yeah, baby, let that soul metal flow! What is that music? I've never heard anything like it. And it's so fast, it's making my head spin. This is Damalon Madman. Hey, yo, geezer, how are those ears ringing? I don't know much about music. But I've got chills, and they're multiplying. You scared, lawyer man? Run away fast as you can.
What a wonderful rhythm! The perfect accompaniment for further deliberations. Now, Mr. Understanding, what did you go to the music storeroom for?
Hey, I went to put my Damalon away. She's my precious partner. Gotta give her a good rest after playing in the Wright. But then why did you lie before? Because you'd send me to hell! Huh? We all know about lawyers and their lying lawyerly ways. Am I right, people? If I admitted I went to the storeroom, he'd have drummed up a false charge on me. I didn't want to get sent to hell. What do you say? He's right. That so would have happened. Now I see why that Defense Culpability Act was passed. You feel me, Karine?
Yeah, you said it!
Is it too much to ask for a low-key trial? Yes. Now, are you punks ready to rock or what? I can't hear you! I said you're ready to teach this lying lawyer how we do things around here?
Captain!
Oh!
I didn't say anything. Kate said it.
All right, then I'm gonna lay it on you one more time. The screaming truth of my soul. And now is when we have to call it quits. We will take a short break, and when we return, we will be back with Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year Door.